thank you for joining me for this brain workout. We're going to move our spine, cross the center line, and the complex movement to help with our brain health. So let's start with a toe stretch. We're going to lower our hands on the floor and knees about hip distance apart. Tuck your toes under and slowly shift your weight towards the heels. You could have your hands on here, or you can start to take your hands off to put more weight on the heels to deepen the stretch. You could always do halfway, or you can come out to the pause and shake your legs. If you're okay here with the upright body, lift the shoulders up and back and down so we don't tense up in the shoulder. Breathing in and out from your nose. This stretch could be really nice, or it could be not so nice. So depending on how it feels, feel free to come out. And now let's keep the shoulder down. We're going to interlace our fingers, loosening up our wrist by circling one way and the other way. And let's do the interlace in the odd way to do the both direction. Continue to mobilize our wrist. And let's lower our hands now so you can release your feet, tap the toes, and let's lower our bottom down. Now we're going to be stretching our neck and the shoulder. So interlace your finger behind you, roll the shoulder out, and your fist going towards the floor. So keeping the neck nice and long. We're going to exhale, look into one way, and inhale to come back to the center. Try to look beyond the corner of the twist with your eyes, doing one more each side, so we can work the muscle around your eyes too. Once you're back, we're going to interlace in an odd way and make sure you're squeezing the shoulder blades closer, chest going forward, so opening your shoulder in your chest. Tuck the chin, neck roll, shoulder down and up, stretching around the neck and the shoulder. Do one more each way. When you're finished, your head comes through the center. We're going to lift up in a neutral position. So you can release your hands, lower your hands to the floor in front of you. And let's mobilize the spine going cat and cow. So when you're breathing in, chest going forward, shoulder down and tailbones the back. Exhale, relax the head, pull your navel in, stretch around the shoulder and upper back. Inhale, expanding your chest forward. And exhale, pull your navel in, work the deep leg of the core as you open the upper back. And continue moving in your own pace. In-breath the cow pose. And exhale to the cat. Make sure your head stays soft. Mobilizing the spine forward and back. Stretch around the spine, front, side and the back, and around the shoulder. Now we're going to slowly come to the neutral spine. And let's walk your hands to the top, go into the kneeling down plank. So spread your finger wide apart, pressing down the fingertips, base the thumb and the knuckles, and walk your knees to the back. We're going to be lifting your navel up towards your spine to support your lower back. Make the back nice and long and supported. Push the floor away with your hands so the shoulders are not near the ears, so your shoulder can stay in a stable position. Tuck the elbows in and go slowly as you exhale all the way down to the mat. Continue to squeeze your elbows in, start to squeeze your glutes, baby cobra, chest lifting up, back the neck stay long, and a lower chest. We're going to exhale to come up to the baby cobra, and inhale to lower down. Keeping your legs straight, pressing the top of the feet to the floor, shoulders stay down and back. We could have your hands off the floor to make sure that we are not pushing the floor with your hands, because we are working the back muscle. The reason we are exhaling to come up to the baby cobra is that we want to keep the front of the body nice and tight, as if you're dipping into the tight wetsuit. The feeling of the tightness in the front of the body, that is protecting your lower back. Now next one, when you're up, option to stay up here. So continue to breathe, continue to reach your elbow towards your hip. And exhale, lower all the way down. Bring your arms to the front, lower the side of the cheeks to the floor. Rock your hip from side to side, releasing your lower back. Now start to lower your forehead on the mat. Your legs stay straight, pressing the feet, top the feet to the floor. And squeeze your glutes so your lower back will be supported. We're going to be exhaling to bring your right arm, chest and your left leg up. Inhale to lower down. Continue to squeeze the glutes and swap the side with your left arm, chest and your right leg. Matching with your slow exhalation to lift up slowly and inhale to lower. Reaching forward through the fingertips, toe tips the back, so you have the length in your body. Working the back of the body, going up and down in your own pace. Or another option, to come up with the both arms, chest and your leg. Continue to breathe. You could interlace your finger behind you, roll the shoulder out, squeeze the shoulder blades closer. Fist gonna go back, chest is up, shoulder down in the back. And your legs are straight, lifting up to work the back body, toe tips the back. Continue to breathe. And opening the shoulder, chest, a lot is going on. Release your fingers to come down all the way down. Bring your arms to the front so you can lower the other side of the cheek. Rock your hip from side to side, loosening up the lower back. Now let's bend our knees to bring your toe tips to the ceiling, lowering your leg from side to side, like a windscreen wiper. Continue to loosen up the lower back. Now let's lower our leg down to the floor. Start to lift your head, walk your hands towards you. So we can go into twisting from this position, moving your right knee out to the 90-degree shape. Slide your left arm through, palm facing up as far as it goes. So you can lower the shoulder and the side of the head on the mat. If your head doesn't come to the mat, you can use the cushion. So you want to soften your head, so you don't need to lift your head up. Top hand's gonna stack on the bottom hand. We're gonna breathe in, keeping the right knee on the floor. Reach up and back to that twist. And exhale, lower your top hand back to the bottom hand. Continue with the breath in, opening up to the twist. And exhale back to the side. Make sure your head stays soft on the mat so your neck and shoulder can stay loose. Your eye gaze could follow the fingertips if your neck feels okay, so you can twist all the way up in the spine. Now we're going to be staying in a twist on the next one. No need to rush. Once you're there, try to soften the right shoulder to roll out and down towards the floor. Keeping your right arm nice and long. We're going to do a big circle with your fingertips on the floor across the body, as low as you can towards the floor and as far away as you can from your body. So you have a big shoulder rotation and a stretch the side, front and the back of the body. Let's change the direction. You could breathe in as your arm reach back and exhale as it comes forward. So you can match with the expansion in your body with the breath in and exhale. Now we're going to continue until your top hand meet the bottom hand. Once you're there, slide your legs to the back. So you can come back to the center to swap the sides. Left knee out, 90-degree shape. Right arm through. Rest the head, shoulder, and stack the hand on top. With a breath in, reaching up and back as you soften the shoulder to roll out. And exhale back to the side. Remember, the left knee stay on the mat. Through out and working your left shoulder towards the floor. Keep your head soft and try to keep this left shoulder soft as well. We're going to be staying in this twist now. Circling with your top arm away from the center line. Make sure your head stay on the mat so we are not lifting your head up, so that your neck and shoulder stay soft. Big opening across the body. And let's go the other direction. Breath in to reach back. And then exhale to come forward. Opening your chest, shoulder, and your back. Now, whenever your top hands meet the bottom hands, slide your legs to the back, coming back to the mat. You could rock your hip from side to side. And slowly start to lower your forehead on the mat. Legs stay straight, squeeze your glutes, hands below your shoulders. Elbow tucked in, so your shoulders stay down in the back. Lift your navel in, push the floor away. And we're gonna go into the active extended child pose. So your hips gonna reach away from your body. And continue to wiggle your hip away. Your head stays soft between your arms, so your neck's in line with your spine. The more you wiggle your hip away, the more you feel the length in your back. Let's tuck the toes under so you can lift your hip up in a down dog. We're going to keep the knees bent and make sure they are hip distance apart. Push the floor away with your hands, head shaking, so you can make sure that we are not lifting a head up. Start to bend one knee and the other and pedal. So you can stretch the calf, work the mobility in your ankle. You could roll over your toes to massage your toes if it feels good. And now start to come to the normal down dog, where you could leave the bend in your knee to keep the back nice and long. Or you can start to straighten the leg and lower your heels down towards the floor. Tuck the chin, rolling forward to the plank. Option to have your legs straight or lower your knees like what we done earlier. We're gonna exhale, tuck your elbows in, half roll all the way down. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, the baby cobra, or the up dog to open the front of the body. And up from the hip to the down dog. Lifting your hip high, keep your leg nice and long. We're going to lower our heel from side to side to stretch the sides of the body. Still in a down dog shape, so make sure you're pushing the floor away with your hands, lifting your hip nice and high, and start to come back to the center. Lower knees all the way down, release your feet, sit back and down side. Resting extended child pose. So this one, nestle your hip to the heels, lower your forehead on the mat. Let's take a break, rest your head, rock your head from side to side to soften your neck and shoulder. You can rock your body from side to side. Walking your hands away to lengthen your back. This position you can come to whenever you need to take a rest. Now start to come back up, and we got lots of options on the next move. So the first option is to have your hands below your shoulders, kneeling down plank. So we're going to be going to side plank, bringing the back towards the back, straighten the top leg, support of the knee on the floor, lifting your arms up, hip up to the side plank. Coming back through the center, navel lifting up towards your spine and changing to the other direction. In breath to come up to the side plank, exhale coming through the center to change the direction. You could go into the straight leg and do the side plank without the help of the leg supporting the weight. Make sure you're pushing the floor away with your hands so the shoulders not taking the weight, hip lifting up, fingertips up. If you're feeling in your wrist, you can do the forearm sideway, whether the knees stay down or you can lift your knees off, straight leg and go side to side. Remember to press the floor with your forearm. Another option to go from the plank, bend the right knee, touch down behind you, keep this knee bent, keep this leg straight, squeeze the glutes, lift your hip high, reach up and back to open the front of the body. Coming back through the center, keep the front of the core engaging to support your lower back, push the hip up and going from one side to the other. Still pressing the floor away with your hands up and over to open the front of the body while we work the back of the body. Squeezing your glutes, keep facing the ceiling. So make sure you're not feeling the lower back. And now, whenever you finish the both sides, about the same amount, we're going to be taking a rest. So let's lower our knees, sink back and down to the resting extended child pose. So you can lower your forehead on the mat. You could do rocking your head or your body from side to side or both. Now let's stay still and place your palm to the ceiling to release your wrist. Moving your arm next to your body in a child pose. Your shoulders gonna be softening down towards the floor. So we can release your wrist, arms and your shoulder. Take a big breath in and notice the space between your shoulder blade expanding. And also your back, the rib cage expanding. Now when you're ready to breathe in, pull your navel in, slowly stack your vertebrae one by one from the bottom of the spine. So leave the head as a last one to lift up. Once you're up to the seated position, you could roll the shoulders a couple of times and keep the shoulder down. Nice long spine. We're going to breathe in, lift your arms up, lifting your rib cage away from the hip to keep the length of the spine, palm together. Exhale down to the center of the chest. Make sure your shoulders staying down. Inhale, lifting from the top of the head, navel pulling in, and exhale, twisting as if your elbow wants to get to the back. Inhale to the center. And we're going to go the other direction. Now we're going to be twisting again. When you're exhaling, option to stay here or open your arms, back the hands to the outside of the leg. Use that as a lever to reach up and back with the top hand. When you're ready to inhale, back to the center and exhale to the other side. It's a good one to twist with the seated position like this because your hips are not moving, so we can work on a twist. Right, now let's lower your hands, shoulders up and down, keeping your hands soft in wherever you feel comfortable. Let's tuck the chin, neck roll, shoulder down and up. And gently lift your head in a neutral position. Thank you.